Hey there, it's me, ya boy, your favorite YouTuber you have never heard about before, and welcome to r/ChoosingBeggars. I've got quite a few nice posts for you, so just sit back, relax, and enjoy these videos. What do you mean you won't give my friends a discount none of us qualify for? So I work in an aquarium, and like many attractions in the city, we give discounts to residents of the city. There is some confusion among people who live in the suburbs, as they do not qualify for a discount, and as a cashier I often get guests who are combative about this, but most of the time me and my coworkers are firm on not giving a discount for people who don't qualify. We are given some leeway by our managers and can give the discounts to people who may not be financially well off or something to appease guests, when we as an organization are in the wrong, among other reasons. It's a pretty big discount as it's 50% of a ticket price, so you can see why it's contentious for some people. One day, very slow, but still in the middle of our business hours, I had a woman, calling a choosing beggar, and her party come back to my register and she asks for the city resident discount. I asked for proof of residency and she shows me her ID, and her city of residence was not the city the aquarium is in. I told her this and she was a bit annoyed. I told her that I could make an exception today as it was only one person asking for a discount. I wouldn't have done this if her entire party was asking for it, but Choosing Beggar already told me that they weren't from around there. I rang her up her total and that's when I realized I should have never shown her any kindness, as she was now upset that her guests were still being charged full price. Ma'am, you've already told me that they aren't from the city, so they don't qualify for a resident discount. But they're my guests and I'm paying for all of them, so I shouldn't have to pay full price for their admission. I was left dumbfounded because I tried to show her kindness, but here she was trying to make advantage of it. I called the manager to de-escalate things and the manager told her that she would have to accept the pricing or she would have to leave. She relented and then my manager said that because of her outburst that we would be taking back the earlier courtesy and she would now be paying full price for herself as well. TLDR, I gave a choosing beggar a discount she didn't qualify for, and then she gets upset that I won't give the rest of her party the discount. The manager steps in, and she ends up losing the discount and paying full price for everyone. You see guys, that's a perfect example of why you should always be nice to people that sell you things. Because you never know what you end up with at the end. A restaurant review I stumbled on. The customer is so many kinds of wrong. I ordered 60 or so sushi rolls because I thought they were on sale, but it turned out to be something else that was on sale. But anyways, I was also with the kids, so we were all eating sushi, and then they gave me the bill and I saw that it was over $100, which I didn't have. And since me and my kids hadn't eaten 30 or so of the sushi rolls, I told the waitress I'd give back the sushi for a refund of all the sushi we didn't eat. She refused. It should be every restaurant's policy that the customer's always right. Always. So then I had to leave my kids at the restaurant and had to drive to the nearest ATM and get enough money for the bill. This is not okay. I won't be returning anytime soon. First of all, even if they were on sale, who the fuck orders 60 sushi rolls? She must have been really hungry. And second of all, no restaurant has to take back your food. And just because you didn't have money to pay for it doesn't mean that you have the right to give it back to them. So, well, that's just her own fault, is it? Why the hell do they need free controllers for Resident Evil 2? Hello, can someone please buy me a PS4 because I've got too many kids and can't afford one. I'm not fussy, but I need minimum free controllers because all my kids would like Devil May Cry 5 and Resident Evil 2 limited edition. VR would be nice too, just in case I get bored of the other games. Is there a subreddit for bad parenting? I mean, how can you have like too many children and then not afford to buy them a PS4? Okay, I mean, I get that all this money may go into these children, but still that doesn't give you the right to get a free PS4 by somebody else. Also, Resident Evil 2 is a single player game, and VR is usually single player as well, so that wouldn't work for multiple children. A stranger asks me to write her autobiography for free. Also, the username of the guy who posted this is just absolutely fucking ridiculous, to be honest. When I was in my early 20s, I met this woman at a party who worked in real estate. We traded numbers because we were drunk and joking about at some point during a girls' night, but that never happened. I mentioned that I enjoyed writing and that I hoped to publish a novel someday. I didn't hear from her again until about 3 years later. When she tells me she's always wanted to write a biography, I later realized she actually meant an autobiography, but she heard that ghostwriters cost money and aren't that good. So she was hoping that I would just write a book. She said, I don't have enough words in my mind to be able to actually write a book. She then added, I'm not the greatest writer, but do you really need to be? Lol. She emailed me saying that she remembered I was a writer, and as a woman of her word, she would promise to keep in touch, even though it had been so long. Then she told me she wanted to write a book, but wanted ideas and for me to write for her. I thought I'd just misunderstood it for sure, so I asked her to clarify. People who use lol unironically, oh my fucking god. I still have no idea what the life story was that she thought it was worth a book and a ghostwriter, considering she wasn't famous, but she seemed pretty certain that the story was super compelling and deserved a free ghostwriter. I'm not even sure what she thought her endgame would be. Did she think that this would be a bestseller? Lol. Oh my god, the lol again, goddammit. To be fair, she wasn't rude, but it was such an absurd request. As someone who actually had a book published professionally, even great books don't make that much money. Some real estate agent's life story ghostwritten by a 22-year-old isn't going to be wildly successful. Gee, I wonder what the woman had to think about her own life. How entitled she must have been to think that her life was worth a free ghostwritten book by somebody. Owner doesn't pay employees, uses tax fraud, and harasses employees for quitting. This is actually my friend's story, not mine, and it also had a little revenge and a happy ending. So there was this sub shop in my town and all profits, later it was learned this was a lie, go to charity. My friend, who was about 16 at this time, decided to get a job there. Now, she was warned by some old employees to not work there and that the boss was an asshole, but she did not heed her warnings. So after her first week of working, she asked about a paycheck. Apparently, this is how that went. Hey boss, when do I get my paycheck? Oh, I forgot to tell you, you get paid bi-weekly. Oh, okay, so next Friday I get paid? Sure. A week goes by and still no paycheck. So where's my paycheck? Your what? My paycheck for the last 2 weeks. Why would I pay you? You're a teen, you don't need money. I was told by you when I applied that I would be paid minimum wage? No, I told you my employees get minimum wage, and you're not an employee, you're a teen worker. That's bullshit. You know what? Fuck it, I quit. You can't just quit, you have to wait 2 weeks, that's the law. F flips the bird as she leaves. Now this choosing beggar, a 60-ish man, then harasses my friend over the phone about how she's never gonna get another job, and how she's just an entitled millennial. She's not a millennial, by the way. For 3 days she kept getting texts from him at night, so she started shutting her phone off. This is where it gets real, and the police show up at my friend's door, and apparently Choosing Beggar called them saying she stole from the shop. Apparently, to the Choosing Beggar not working those 2 weeks that she illegally didn't give, lost him money, as he didn't hire anyone to take her shift. Now the police were informed, yada yada yada, and they left. Now apparently the police went to the sub shop, and the Choosing Beggar went off on the police and hit one of them with a metal object. He was arrested, and the sub shop was found to not only give no money to charity, but also had so many health violations and worker safety violations. The shop was obviously closed down, and the owner was apparently charged with assaulting an officer, fraud, as he used his non-existent charity for tax fraud, not paying his employees, all those aforementioned violations, and many accounts of harassment. The sub shop was reopened as a new sub shop that actually donates to charity and also has amazing food, so after all, it's a happy ending. Little clarification, just because your workers are under the age of 18, that doesn't give you the right to not pay them. Because I'm not 18 yet, and I definitely need every money I could get. So that's just a real strange thing that he thinks that, well, people who are not 18 don't need the money. So anyway, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Like the video and subscribe to my channel if you liked the video, of course. And make sure to stay tuned for new uploads every day. See you all. Goodbye.